Hey guys, it's Carlos from the We're Just Fans podcast. I'm joined along with my co-host Rios. Let him know what's up, Rios.
Going on, everybody?
And we also joining us today, we got Robert all the way from the DFW. Yes, we got a Cowboys fan on today. Let him know what's up, Robert.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
And joining us today, our very special guest, former Eagle, former Texan, former KC Chief, former Bear, and former Texan again. We got none other than Quintin Demps. Let him know what's up, Quintin.
What's good? What's good? That's a lot of teams, boy.
I know. I was like, hold on, let me see what's up. I'm not running out. Man, you've been around, dude, as far as the NFL, man. How's it going, dude? So, but before we get into like the teams, I had a question. So I saw you come out a few months ago on a podcast, okay? And the podcast, I think it was called Conversing with Chris and Misa or Misa podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you you mentioned this story, and it was when you got drafted, right, by the Eagles, and like you were like the only safety that I think that ran a 4.3, if I'm not mistaken, on the combine, and but if you want to, can you explain us that story of like, because I know you were expecting to get drafted at a certain at a certain time, but it didn't happen the way that you wanted. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I'm coming out of small school. Back then when I was when I was about to get drafted, like I sound like an old head already back then. But like your 40 time meant everything. Nowadays it's kind of like, hit or miss. But now running a 4.3 at the combine when I was coming out 08 was like that boy got some skill. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I ran a 4.3 at the combine. It was two of us, two safeties ran it, dude named Josh Barrett. He ran a 4.3. I ran a 4.3. So I ran that 4.3, man, like man, I'm done for the day. Like, look, I finished first and second round. Ain't nobody
Right.
three, like, 208 pounds, all that kind of stuff, man. So I just knew, bro, I was gonna go first round or second round, right? And so draft day come, I didn't go first or second round. Yeah, I mean, I was heartbroken, man. I was got in my feelings and went out and got lit that night, got tore up. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homies got tore up so bad, man. The next day I'm talking about I'm hungover. I'm so good. Me. And so, man, sure enough, man, the second day of the draft is third round, fourth round, 3 through 7. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sleeping good, man. I didn't hear my phone ringing. Sure, man, be blowing my phone up, man. But I'm knocked out, bro. Bang, bang, bang. Boy, you better get up, Andy Reid on the phone. So I up, man, running down the screen, man, see my name come across the ticket, man. And so that's how that story went, man. Yeah. So
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, how was oh my god, I saw that too. I was like, oh my god, like Andy Reid's been blowing up your phone and you're like passed out.
Yeah.
12 minutes straight, bro. He just I'm like, dang.
Oh my goodness, that was that. How did Andy Reid ever like bring it up to you once like you were in there with the Eagles?
Nah, not really. He never did bring it. Yeah,
Okay.
he never
No,
did.
that's cool. That's cool. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy story. I'm like, wow, we had in the past we've had Jalen Strong. I think some of your former team is Jalen Strong and how do you call it, Cecil Shorts, and they were telling they also shared about like what it was like for them to that experience at like either at the combine or like just at that moment when they were about to get drafted, like that feel. So it's just when I heard that your story of like you were just like hungover. And,
Man, I was getting some good sleep too, boy.
Yeah.
That's the best sleep when you're hungover.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, man. I was like, wow, that is different. So you're actually our first you're actually our first defensive player that we have on here. Like
Yeah.
the last we have been obviously Strizzy and how do you call it, and Cecil. So, again, it's a pleasure to have you here. So Rios, you got a question for I'm sorry, is it Robert? No, Robert, I think is next.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Robert, go ahead,
no, I
buddy.
know. Yeah, Quaden, man, thanks for taking the time as well too. I know you had a long career too in the NFL, and I know you had a lot of interceptions being a safety and everything. I know two of those interceptions came from the Manning brothers. Man, how was that?
That's
Because I know
right.
you. Yeah, because I know you played being with the AFC South. I know you matched up with Peyton Manning for a while too, right?
Right, man. Eli was my first interception in the whole NFL.
Oh,
You know,
All right.
my first one, man, playing for the Eagles.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Eli. I think he overthrew somebody, and I'm back there just like, oh, yes, sir.
That's all right.
Here's my gift.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, man, that was a good one too because the Chiefs they were good that year. Broncos versus the Chiefs, man. It was a loud year
Hmm.
too. Just picking off Peyton, man. It's just I mean, Eli was cool. I was like, cool, but I got Peyton. I was like, man,
It's Peyton Manning. He hardly throws any interceptions, right?
that's right, man. So I got him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
Nah,
you
that's good.
did you end up keeping that ball after you intercept the man? Did you keep that ball?
yeah. I kept all my balls I picked for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Hard work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rios, I think you're next on that one, bud.
Yeah. So I'm sure you heard today, JJ Watt's retiring, just hanging it up. What was it like playing with him? Like, what was some of your favorite experience, playing on defense with him?
Man, so I was there when JJ first got drafted. You know what I'm saying? He came
Nice.
and pudgy. Gonna be a solid first round pick, have a couple of losses. Turns out that boy turned out to be a monster.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Transformed into one of the hardest workers I've ever seen in my life. Man, one of the best guys ever, just one of the best guys I have around the locker room. Like just a solid dude, man. Solid teammate. Love playing with him. What I mean? Say anything bad about JJ at all. Love him to death, man. Real talk.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we
he's
love
he seems pretty cool, pretty down to earth guy from what we've seen also. So I'm glad that it's pretty awesome. Like that you guys feel the same way, I guess, in the locker room with him.
Yeah.
Did you so you said that you were there when the Texans got JJ Watt. Now let me ask you this. I think because I think you were there from like 2010, right? That 2010 season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that I think in like 2010, we had about 2011, we got we had Wade Phillips like come into the to the Texans, and I feel like he completely changed that defense run from the previous year. What helped like motivate you guys to you went from like the year before you were like if I'm not mistaken, you were like the 32nd ranked defense, like the last defense, and then suddenly that following year, that 2011 year, y'all were like at number 1 or like number 2. You were like top 3 defenses. Like what was the motivation that happened for that transition from going from like literally the worst of the division at the time? I mean, in 2010 to like being like one of the top in 2011 within a year's time.
Yeah, man. I think, just being honest, man, it starts with the coaching staff. Like just having all them guys, like, because I think they brought Wade and his whole crew. It was like a whole new rehaul, like a whole new renovation of the Texans, just the organization as a whole, you know what I'm saying? So it always starts, man, with the coaching staff, man. When you got a good staff, man, at jail, we feed into that, you know what I'm saying? So Wade had his people, man. He came in, they was all cool, wasn't no egos, man. They knew where they rolled. And then the defense was simple. You know what I'm saying? Like the year before that, man, there's a lot of thinking, a lot of communication. Wade Phillips is a genius because he makes the defense simple. Hey, look, we get paid a lot of money, man. We don't want to be thinking too much. Show us so we can show these skills off, so we ain't got to think, so we can play fast. The game speed. So Wade came with that mindset, bro. And bro, we brought in Daniel Manning. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Joseph. It was just a good year for the whole organization as a whole, man. Rick Smith did a good job starting with bringing in the right coaching staff, and then like signing the right free agents, man. Like you can't just you can't bypass that stuff. That stuff means something. You know what I'm saying? Signing the right guys, signing the right coaches, and so just that it was one of the years for us, man. That I'm happy to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's definitely having that camaraderie with the team, and like you said, it felt like the coaching staff definitely made a difference because again, we saw that transition from like being at the bottom to being within a year's time, and it usually takes teams years for that to happen. For you guys, it was like instant. I've always been a big proponent, and I've always said this to everybody. I feel like that 2011 Texans team had like such an elite defense, yourself and like you said, Daniel Manning. Yeah, Daniel Manning. I think you had D'Amico Ryans at that time as well. You had JJ starting out because I think Mario Williams, that's the year that he got hurt with his, I think, pec injury, and I think JJ stepped in for him. Yeah, Cushing. Like you had all these players along yourself as well, that how do you call it, that were like everything just seemed to click well, and then you had a pretty consistent offense with Matt Schaub, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson. You had all these players, and you got really far, and then Matt Schaub goes down, I think with a Liz Frank injury, and then I think you guys have we had TJ Yates come in, and then I think we lose to the Ravens like at the divisional game.
Yep.
To me, I was like, you know what? I've always thought about this in the back of my head. Now, I could be wrong, but let me know what you think. I've always thought that team could have made the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, man. I think we had a couple Super Bowl caliber teams the years I played for the Houston Texans.
Right.
That year, if Matt Schaub has always been the best quarterback we've had as a Houston Texan until Deshaun Watson. Yeah, just being honest, right? Derek Carr, you can argue that, but Matt Schaub was that dude for us. And when he went down, TJ came in and did his thing. But if we had Matt Schaub with Gary Kubiak and that offense and them guys working together, that camaraderie, man, that chemistry, we definitely would have made the Super Bowl. I think so.
Yeah, it definitely resonates with me, and it's always one of those things. I'm like, man, everything was perfect. We had a great offense. We had an amazing defense. It was a great balance, and I don't think we've had that, since. But I felt like that 2011 and 2012 team were the two teams to beat.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Like, what about that 15 team? That 15 team. Man.
That's when we got like Romeo Cornell. Is that correct?
Yeah. What about that team?
Yeah. That team
15-16. The defense was amazing. The offense left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah,
that's right. The quarterback, again, the centerpiece, right? Yeah. We had the best defense in the league.
We did.
We did.
And I think it was because we had, if I'm not mistaken, we had Brock Osweiler as
16. Yeah.
Yeah. We had Brian Hoyer and then Ryan Mallett. We had like and then the following year after that, the Texans got Brock Osweiler from the Denver Broncos because Peyton had just came in, and so the Texans thought, okay, let's get Brock Osweiler for whatever amount of money it was, like $72 million or something like that. Let's get him. That didn't work out, and then the following year, the Texans went off and got Deshaun Watson from there. Yep. And so that's why. But honestly, to me, I think the teams that really, you did have you're right. We did have a great defense. Yep. The 2015 and 2016. 16 years we had a great defense, but I think what lacked was that offense.
For sure.
To make it. I think a Super Bowl caliber team. If we had a great offense around then, I think, with no doubt, Super Bowl team as well.
Yep, I believe so too.
Yeah. Rios, anything?
So what was one of your favorite memories as a player, either college or NFL? What was one of your favorite memories?
Oh man, I got so many, man. But I know college for sure off top. So we were playing. You guys know Kevin Cobb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're down in El Paso, man. We kind of hot right now. We playing pretty good football. U of H, man, they come down to El Paso, ranked 23rd in the nation or whatever like that. It's a huge game for us, man. We didn't stand a chance against them. That high mighty offense. They had Donnie Avery, who was a speedster. And so, man, the Sun Bowl was packed, bro. I'm talking about, man, it was cracking. And so, man, we ended up going to 2 overtimes, right? So to win the game, man, I had the interception. You know what I mean? And I picked it off because I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was freelancing. A hero or a zero. So just picking that off, bro, and hearing that doggone Sun Bowl erupt, bro. I'd never forget that moment, dog. It was so, man, it was just amazing, man. Like, for real, bro. Just I can still hear it in my head, like a dead lion, bro. Just
the roar of the crowd. Basically, I saw the highlights of that game on YouTube, and it was like it was back. I think it was 44-41, if I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines.
I remember that game. I go to U of H, so I remember.
Oh, you do?
I did, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah. And it was, and I remember seeing like the clips of it. And you're right, like the roar of the crowd, because it was unexpected. Y'all were UTEP was like the underdogs, and then it going, like you said, going against the 23rd ranked in the nation, U of H, coming in with, I think that you, like you said, they had Kevin Kolb as a quarterback, right? And you picked him at the end. And that's what ended up winning the game. Man, that had to be special.
Yeah, that was fun, dog. That was fun. That was
all right. So right now we have how do you call it? Right now you're coaching. Is that correct? Yeah, you're coaching in the collegiate level, if I'm not mistaken, right?
NAL. Yep, track.
Right. So let me ask you this: since you're coaching in the collegiate level, and you know one of your former teammates, D'Amico, is coaching for the Niners. Do you think you'll eventually transition over to like NFL, or do you just want to, or how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. You know, I enjoy, man, being a voice for them. You know what I'm saying? I know at the NFL level, it's more like grown man type ish.
Yeah.
So I ain't really got to practice if I don't feel like practicing. You know, I get my money like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I got the temperament to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, at the college level, man, it's more like motivation. They listen to you, man. But at that level, man, it's like, man, who are you? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I'm not,
I got you. It's one of those things where like you feel like in the NFL, I guess like you said, there's like different like egos, attitudes that go on, right? And now, it's something you don't really want to deal with.
Yeah, the respect ain't really. I mean, it's there, but it's just different. It's just different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. And so, and again, I could be wrong. I haven't experienced it. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Maybe my personality meshes well with the guys, and they're like, "Oh man, I rock with you, Coach Q," or whatever. So, I just from outside looking in, I don't think I can handle that. You know, that kind of, because the game has been done. The game has done too much for me, man, and I wasn't one of the guys who could take days off. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 years by scraping and clawing. You know what I'm saying? Every year I had to make a roster. So it's gonna be hard for me to deal with somebody who's like, man, I'm making a team, bro. I ain't gotta do that, do this. You know, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay.
That could be wrong.
Is there now I know that they during your NFL tenure, they used you also to get the for kick returns.
Yeah.
So what goes through your mind as you see like majority of the whole team the whole special teams coming at you?
That's my bread and butter there.
I'm like, how? Like what goes through your mind? Like, I'm gonna get hit, eventually. What goes through your mind? Just walk me through that.
Hey, catch it and go, boy. Catch it and get gone. Hey, catch it and get gone. Ain't no breaking stride. I don't understand no juking and shaking. Hey, get the ball, go. Savage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bread and butter there, bro. Especially like I was saying, as I was getting cut and stuff, I'm like, man, all I got is kick return, bro. Keep me alive. Give me the ball. I ain't no scared to get hit, man. Kick it. Hey, kick it right here if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So it was just that's what really kind of molded me to be, the player I was, man. Kickoff return, because it's like it's you can't have no full game. You can't be timid. You can't. You know
it's you hear other players say it's a grown man's game.
Timid back there. Can't be trying to shake and juke. I catch that ball, I hit it 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's see. Anybody got anything else for Quintin?
Yeah, no, obviously we're coming to an end with the NFL season, and somebody like you that been in playoff games and anything like that, what would you do as a coach, for players that already clinched that playoff? Would you rest them, or keep that motivation, keep going and keep playing them on them,
That's a great question. That's a great question, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just depends, like, what we fighting for. Oh, number 6. With cheese. Yeah. Oh, my bad, y'all.
No, you good.
Yeah. It just depends, bro. Like, I don't know, man. If anything, I would say I treat it like a preseason game, in the sense of play a half or two, not the whole thing off. You know what I'm saying? Like play a half, couple quarters, because you don't want to get the main guys hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And so it just depends if my team is young, or if can they handle that? What can they handle? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors that go into that, versus just giving them. I can't just give them off, man. Maybe certain guys, but not the whole, not almost started.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep them fresh too, right?
Yeah, man, for real.
Yep.
Much time off can backfire. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's a good call.
So yeah, right. That's a good one. Rio, is there anything else, bud?
So I guess as watching as a fan now, who are some of your favorite teams to follow, and like who do you think is gonna take it all this year?
Man, so I'm a fantasy football guru, so I don't even
Okay.
follow teams.
Nice.
Y'all know that. I'm following
Yeah.
players.
Oh yeah.
I had Pierce this year.
Oh,
I had Pierce this year. So yeah, I'm more so of a player guy, man. I had Diggs this year, so I was. Matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. I'm a Buffalo Bill fan.
Okay.
Buffalo Bill fan, and the reason why is because the head coach handpicked me, man. Sean McDermott was my first DB coach ever in the NFL. Philadelphia Eagles, man. He drafted me, him and Andy Reid, and so man, I'm a Buffalo guy. And then my best years I had playing Texas coaching DBs at Buffalo too. So it's
Oh,
Bill Mafia all day. You know what I mean?
they're a cool
okay.
to party with, man. They'll get drunk before the game even starts.
All the tables broken right before the game starts. Everything.
Oh
Like
my
every
God.
time they
Yeah.
go to every time they go to a city or something, like the local Walmarts around there are without tables because all they do is break them.
Man, that's
You know, that's one of their most exciting fan base right there, Bills
It
Mafia,
is.
man.
They'll get you
You
drunk.
know.
That's one
Yeah.
I was walking to this already, like, bro, they just kept 3 beers. Like, okay.
Oh
yeah.
man, they're pre-gaming, man, days in advance.
It was like 10:30 in the morning. Okay, well, I guess
They'll
it's
never-
okay.
That's all they got in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It's funny,
especially
you're
with
not
this weather, right?
Yeah, it's funny. You're not the first person to say that. Like, yeah, that's all they got to do in Buffalo. It's just it's just pregame it. After that, that's really nothing else. All right, so we have this thing, Quentin, that we kind of do. We haven't done it in a while, but we're gonna start doing it again. It's we start doing our NFL picks. So I'm gonna name a few of the games that are coming up
Okay.
for week 17.
All right.
And then we pick. I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific reason why we pick those teams. It's just just basically who you got for that particular this particular week. Okay.
What about? Do we know if so? Should we just see it as everybody's playing?
Yeah. We just kind of say it, but I mean, we can look at exactly.
No,
Sorry,
it's
one second. Yeah.
it's everybody's playing even game.
Yeah. Just as everybody's playing, basically. Okay, so we'll start off with one of your former teams. We got. It looks like Jacksonville versus Houston.
Oh, y'all set me up for that one, ain't you?
No, it's what I'm looking at right now. Home team, it's going to be Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna go H-Town. I'm gonna go H-Town.
Houston. All right, yeah, I could see that happening. Houston on that one. They've been playing pretty
Solid.
solid lately. They got that whole 2-run. They're using the QBs. Like
It's a division game.
Division game. Yep.
Yep.
Tennessee already. They at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go out with a bang. Let's keep on fighting, scratching. And Jacksonville, they're pretty good, but they ain't like just what I mean. They ain't scary.
Yeah.
They can be beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Real. So you got that one on that one.
Yeah, I would go with Houston. I think it's our last home game. Defense, they're playing solid. And hey, it's Jacksonville.
Right.
Jacksonville.
Pretty much guaranteed win mostly.
Yeah. And Robert, who you got on that one?
Houston.
Houston?
They kept it close when they playing with the Chiefs. So, it's got to be a win there, man. It's got to be a win there.
I'll say Houston as well. I think we're all going to agree on Houston just because I think, we already went against Jacksonville once this particular season. So I think we got Jacksonville's number this one. So I'm going to say Houston as well. Last game of the season. They've been playing pretty decently. So I'd take the win on that one.
This is game, not last game. Last game is against the Colts.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, last game of the home at home. I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
What season?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have. Let's see. It looks like, and by the way, I'm looking at these on ESPN, so they're going to be a little bit random. Okay.
Yeah.
So next game we're looking at Kansas City versus Denver.
Kansas City.
Oh, I mean,
KC.
Not even a question.
KC all the way.
KC.
Yeah.
KC for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. So that one was easy. Cardinals, Atlanta.
Oof.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Who's the quarterback for Cardinals now?
Ritter, right?
19. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Isn't it Ritter?
I think it is.
That's a good question.
Let me see.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be hard too, man, because Atlanta keeps
Desmond
it
Ritter.
close too. Yeah.
It's Desmond Ritter. Yeah.
Isn't it?
I thought they had the Tampa Bay the Bucks game, but I go with Cardinals too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cardinals too. I haven't seen much of Atlanta yet. I had high expectations for how do you call it, their wide receiver that drafted this year. Yeah, Big London, but he's a rook, and he's stepping up. He's had some highlights this year, but I'm gonna go with the Cardinals on this one. And Rios, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cardinals also. I think JJ has 2 games left. I think he's gonna ball out the last 2 games and finish it on a bang.
Yeah. And Quinn, did you say Cardinals as well?
Yeah, the Cardinals too.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we got Cardinals. All right, then we got, let's see, Chicago, Detroit.
Ooh, it should be a good one.
What they playing at?
Chicago. Looks like they're going to be playing. Let me see. I think Detroit.
Yeah, I'm taking the home.
You're taking the home game, basically? Yeah, at Detroit. Detroit.
At the Lions.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. They picked it up.
I think they're in the hunt. They're still in the hunt for a wild card.
They are.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Detroit on that one. So I guess we're all picking Detroit for basically the home team.
They got one of the highest offenses and one of the worst defenses. Like, go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so let's see. Then we got the other 1 o'clock game or 12 o'clock game. If you're Central, we got Miami versus New England.
Ooh.
No Tua. I don't think Tua's gonna play because he got concussed. I think he's in concussion protocol. Tua? He got concussed again. I think this is like his third time this season or second time?
This is third one, I think.
I think it's his third one.
Go New England.
New England, yeah.
I'll say New England. I don't think Belichick lets him lose another one like that. Yeah.
Not against a divisional rival, nah.
Right.
So y'all got New England on that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that a home game for New England?
It looks like it's going to be. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a home game for New England.
On home team now, huh?
Yep, at New England. Mm-hmm. Yeah, New England. So yeah, I'm gonna go with New England on that one too because the Tua thing as well, and honestly, yeah, that's for the Tua thing. I don't think he plays, and it looks tough for Miami right now, especially after that. So I'm gonna go. Quentin, did you say New England as well, bud? I'm sorry.
Yep.
New England. Okay, then we got Indy versus New York Giants. Giants.
Yeah, the Colts, man. Everyone expected them to win the division, and man, their drop is almost not as bad as the Broncos, but man,
yeah.
They had on Monday night against LAC too. Yeah, I'm gonna go Giants too. I think Giants.
The Giants got a lot to play for.
Yeah, I got Giants on that one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I got Giants on that one. I think. They like Rio said, they do have a lot to play for right now, and yeah, Giants for sure on that one. And Robert, did you say Giants as well?
Yeah, Giants as well.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now let's see. We got New Orleans versus Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Really?
I think is Jalen Hurts still playing?
No, I think he's gonna be out.
He's
going to be out for the rest of the season. Well, not for the rest of the season, just for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
I think is it Gardner Minshew that they got as a backup quarterback?
Well, you know what, man? I think for me, maybe Eagles. I hate to say it, but Minshew.
Oh yeah, you're a Cowboys fan. I forgot.
Yeah, Minshew pretty much. He almost had us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go with Eagles on this one, right? I wouldn't expect anything less, Quentin.
I got Eagles too. Yeah, I got Eagles too.
Eagles, okay. And Rios?
I'm gonna go with the Saints. Their defense is tough, man.
They are. They do have a pretty tough defense.
And he's pretty turnover prone. I think he's gonna make a couple of mistakes, and I think the Saints win a close one. It's not gonna be high scoring. I don't think. I think it's gonna be like 12 to 9. It's gonna be a low scoring defense kind of game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Philly on this one. I like Philly. I think Philly. Honestly, think Philly's gonna take it all the way this year.
They had a good offense, man. He didn't get sacked once.
Yeah.
You know, with the Cowboys, he didn't get sacked once.
There is.
All right, let's see. Then we got Tampa Bay, Carolina.
You know what? I'm go ahead, Quintin.
Tampa. I'm pulling for Brady. Brady gonna go all the way to the Super Bowl this year.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. It's Tom Brady. I've lost so much money betting against this man. I'm never gonna bet against him again, ever.
It just sounds like one of them. It's setting up for one of them years for him, bro. So much adversity, so much going on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm taking Tampa this game though.
You taking Tampa on this one? Yeah, I agree with that one. I think Tampa's also going to get the W on this one. Yeah, I don't see Carolina. Carolina's. I don't even know where to start with Carolina, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to say
same thing with
Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
Yeah, I think Brady gets this one for sure. Cleveland, and then we got the Commanders. Cleveland at Commanders. So, honestly, Deshaun is looking better with his as the time passes by. Like I feel like he's gelling more with his receivers and his offense. So I'm gonna take Cleveland on this one. As much as I hate to say it, because as Texans, you know how we got Cleveland's pick. So, but I think Cleveland actually wins this one. Rios, what do you think?
I'm gonna go Commanders. They still got a lot to play for. They still have a chance at the playoffs. I think they're gonna play hard and try to get that W because there's 2 games left. They have a chance, not a big chance, but they still have a chance to make the playoffs. And that's all you need.
Yep. Quintin?
Washington.
Oh, you're taking Washington? Okay. All right. And Robert, what you think?
Man, I can't believe I'm saying it, man. Washington.
Washington, man. I'm the only one taking Cleveland on this one.
Just like Mauricio said, man. You know they're playing for something. They're still in the hunt for the wild card. So they got to win out.
Dude, like it's crazy how like y'all's division like just became super competitive. The NFC.
Yeah, compared from last year, right?
Yeah. Y'all were hot garbage last year. Hold on, let me see. We got now we got like the 3:00 games. Let's start off with we got San Francisco versus the Raiders. San Francisco for me.
Yeah, Niners. It's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Niners on that one. Robert, who you got?
Niners, man, they're looking scary. That defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going D'Amico for sure. I'm going with so the boys play ball.
Yeah, D'Amico definitely. Hey man, we might see him next year here in Houston. The way things are, we might see him next year because
head coaching job. He probably want to be DC. I don't know if he want a head coaching job though.
You don't think so?
I'm not sure. I like him at DC though.
Yeah, he's really good as a defensive coach, man. It's incredible what he's done. Seriously, with the 49ers defense, he's turned it around.
Yeah. So.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers as well. Oh, this next one should be fun for you, Robert. Cowboys versus Tennessee. Robert says this is your team. You go first.
I'm going Cowboys.
Oh, really? Surprise, surprise, bro.
Surprise, yeah. That's if they play their starters, after the half.
Yeah. Rio, so you got?
I'm going to go Tennessee. They still got a chance to win the division, so it's going to basically be between them and Jacksonville. So they got a lot to play for, and I think they're going to come out motivated, and they might pull off the upset. Dallas has been playing down to their competition lately, and I wouldn't be surprised at an upset.
That run defense is, it gets them trouble.
Oh, okay. And they got Derrick Henry going. So there you go. All right. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna still take the Cowboys on this one. I am. I'm gonna go with Cowboys on this one. Quintin, who you got, bud?
Going Tennessee on this one.
Tennessee. All right. He's got Tennessee. Here we go. All right. Next up, we got. Let's see. One second. So we have. I think I mentioned New York, the Jets versus Seattle. Jets at Seattle.
Yeah, I'd take Seattle. I'm going Seattle.
Seattle, yeah. I like Geno. I've been
He's
so
been playing
happy
pretty good.
how you got a Pro Bowl season this year, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to the Pro Bowl.
I'm on my fantasy team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's on my fantasy. I have to pick him up because I have Jalen Hurts. And then he didn't play. I was mad because Robert, you're my fantasy, so he ended up. Jalen Hurts was the main reason why.
Yeah.
I didn't win. I didn't go to the championship. So
Yeah.
I had to pick up Geno, and I was like, oh, nothing against him, but I'm just like, oh, Jalen Hurts have been giving me like 30, 20
Oh,
something,
yeah. He's
30
been
points a
balling, yeah.
game, and not having him on the roster last week, it
Kind of
ended
hurt
me
you.
horribly. So, I'm gonna go with I'm definitely gonna go with Seattle on that one. Seattle, Rios. Who did you say, Rios?
I'm gonna go with the Jets. They got
Think
Mike
the Jets got it?
back, and their they're playing pretty well. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Jets, and I know Quentin said Seattle, right, bud?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, cool. All right, so we got Seattle. All right. Now we got Minnesota versus Green Bay.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa. Game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Is that a home game for?
It's going
Bay?
to be a home game for Green Bay.
Oh, the weather over there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one. So I think I'm gonna go with Green Bay on that one. What do you think, Quentin? Who do you think you got on that one?
I think Aaron still fumbled the bag just because he Aaron.
All right. All right, so there you go. So there's that. Rios, who you got, bud?
I'm gonna go Green Bay. I think weather conditions. I think Minnesota's too used to playing in a dome, and Green Bay they're used to playing in negative 20-degree weather. I think they got this.
Okay. And Robert, who you got?
Aaron Rodgers, man, he's getting hot at the last minute.
All right, so there you go. I'm gonna go with Green Bay as well. I think Green Bay's got that one. All right, next we got the basically a West Coast battle. We got the Rams versus the Chargers. Don't say who's home because it's the same stadium.
Same city.
I was gonna say, right? Yeah. You know what?
What was that, Quinn?
Chargers.
Charged on that one? Okay. Robert.
Yeah, Chargers.
Rios.
Yeah, Herbert's playing lights out, man. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chargers on that one too. I even though like Baker's playing all right with the Rams, and I think they ended up beating who they beat over the weekend. They feel like 54 or something.
The Broncos.
Oh yeah, well no, then yeah, there you go. Even though Baker's on there and I think he's doing pretty good over there. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna beat the Chargers this weekend. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that one too. Then you got the Sunday night game is gonna be Pittsburgh versus Baltimore.
Is Lamar playing?
I don't think so. I think Baltimore already clinched the playoff spot. I don't think it will be wise for them to play him.
One more time, Quentin. Sorry, somehow the sound's going on.
Baltimore.
You got Baltimore on that one? Okay. Baltimore, I'm gonna go with. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh on that one. If Lamar ain't playing, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh on that one. Rios?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. They still got a chance to make the playoffs. I think they're gonna be hungrier than Baltimore. Baltimore is probably gonna take it a little easy because they're already clinched, and Pittsburgh they're still in the hunt, so they're gonna play hard.
Okay, Robert?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Okay, and
Pittsburgh,
finally, to end Week 17, the Monday night game, we got Buffalo, Cincy. I'm pretty sure after hearing Quentin say he likes Buffalo. Who do you got, Quentin?
All day.
Bills Mafia. He's got Bills Mafia against Joe Burr. Cool. Joe Burr. All right. So Rios, who you got, buddy?
Man, that's probably gonna be the game of the week. Yeah. It's probably gonna be very high scoring. I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man. They got Burrow. Burrow's playing lights out, and he has Jamar Chase back. That's a tough duo to beat.
Yeah.
And finally, Robert, who you got, bud?
Bengals.
Bengals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before we go, Quentin, is there a certain game that you played either? I know you told us about the U of H game.
Mhm.
Is there a certain game in the NFL that you just completely will not ever forget?
Yeah, for sure, man. Rookie year. I hate for it to always be about me, but I mean,
Hey man, it's your show today, man.
It is your show, man.
it's a few games, but this one I can't. This first one that came to mind, man, was my rookie year. My rookie year, man. Playing Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, and they was wearing us out. Andy Reid had 200-yard interceptions returned for touchdowns. We hadn't scored any points, man. I was on field goal block, so they had scored again, and I went and blocked the field goal. They field goal was good anyway, but a guy by the name of Darren Howard, man, looked at me and said, "Q, take it back. You know, return the kicks, right?" And I had scored since preseason. Like, man, Q, pick your knees up, right? And it's something, I don't know, something just hit me. I'm like, okay, man, you know what I'm saying? And so the next kickoff, man, sure enough, man, I took it to the crib, man, my first NFL touchdown in the regular season. The only points we scored that whole game, and just I never forget, man. He looked me in my eye, man, and said, "Pick your knees up," and it just kind of gave me affirmation, man, that I was built for that, you know, at that moment. And sure enough, man, I caught that ball, man, and just hit it and got it, man. And so, just scoring my first NFL touchdown, man, against the Baltimore Ravens, man. Even though we lost, was something I never forget that. Never forget that moment for sure.
Oh, gotta be a great feeling.
Yeah, man, that was cool. And then for him to say that too, man, it's kind of like, you know, icing on the cake, man. Like, dang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. Quentin, we want to thank you so much, man, for joining us today. Like, thank you. Like, you're such a cool dude. Like,
yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate it, Quinn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Anytime,
crazy because, like, was that?
So anytime too, man. You just let me
No, I
know.
appreciate it. Yeah, we'll have you on. I might do a thing where we ended up just having all y'all like back here that 2000. You know, whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Like I said, it's kind of like it feels like, you know, as a fan, like it's like speaking to y'all. Like I remember seeing y'all play in that 2011 defense, you know, with you, and then I remember like when you went to, I think you went to Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken, right after your first stint.
Yep.
And then I think you came back, and then you signed with the Bears to end it. Now, I just remember I was like, man, Quentin was amazing because I don't know if were you and Daniel Manning like switching on and off, or did y'all, or how did that work out?
So like, I would come down on third down. I would come in on third downs, kind of like not like a rotation, but like a package. I had a package.
Right.
I had a package. Yeah, I had a package.
Yeah, and because I remember like I was like, man, I see Daniel Manning, but then like I think Daniel Manning had gotten injured. I can't remember what year it was. He had gotten injured, and I think you came in and subbed him. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, like Daniel Manning is like such an essential piece. You came in and it was like he wasn't even gone.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was like, man, like we had that's why I was like, you had
some
pieces.
memories, man.
Yeah, no, you had some great. You gave us like some really great memories when I was starting out as a Texan. Like I tell these guys, I used to be a Raiders fan because I grew up in Northern California. Shut up! Don't shut up. I grew up in Northern California, so I grew up a Raider. So when down here, like being a Texans fan, and so when I started really digging into the Texans, I got to see that 2010 team, and then I was like, okay, and then that 2011 team came, and I was like, man, that is an elite defense. I still haven't seen that good of a defense, and like how you had, how you guys had it back then, man. And but again, it's incredible seeing like y'all on there, and then like now I have you on the show. You know what I mean? I'm talking about it, bro. Like that's just amazing right there, man. But thanks again for coming. I appreciate you again for taking the time out of your day to just hang out with us for a little bit and talk football.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. Again, thanks for having me too, man. I appreciate it. Much love to all y'all, man. Again, man, anytime, man, let me know, all right?
No, I got you, man. Yeah, we'll hit you up. I got your email now. So yeah. So all right, we're gonna end it. Don't leave just yet, Quinn. And we'll let me just end the show. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace.